So and it's good to see that, since 2018, we have done a lot. So I've been to Silicon Valley a long time ago, and I thought, why don't we have a Silicon Valley in Europe? And if we don't have it, why don't we create a virtual Silicon Valley in Europe? So that's what I did. So after long thinking, I came up with the idea, I will gather all the data of supply chain startups in Europe. So since 2018, I have analyzed over 300 supply chain startups, all software related, in Europe. And they're coming from all kinds of countries. This is the latest version from 2024. And you see all kinds of flags from all over Europe. They're out there. And maybe the world is different in Europe than in US. So in Silicon Valley, they are throwing a lot of money to it. And in Europe, it's different. We're more, not so gung-ho, so basically. So they are more bootstrapped and less financed. So it's good to see that, we have, out of the applicants, we have selected 6 startups and scale-ups today. So 3 startups on the lower end, less financed, starting up, young. And scale-ups, not as old as 5 years, below 5 years old, but more advanced. So we have a startup and a scale-up contest. And if I get the microphone. Is it on? So now we're going to see 3 caterpillars. And the good thing is, we live in a democracy. So you as the audience, you can vote. You can vote for the startups, and you can vote for the scale-ups. We are a democracy, but it's also a guided democracy, because, we have a jury. And we know more as a jury. We will also dissect the 3 caterpillars of startups later on. So we have more information and background. So the jury will have their vote, and we have your vote. But we combine, and we'll check if the jury, with more information, will have the same kind of conclusion about the next 3 caterpillars. So I would like to ask the 3 caterpillars, Gryn, Lagrange.ai, and Quantics to go over there. And then we're going to see. And it's important because they have new ideas, and they want to break through. They want to become a butterfly, and that's what they're going to express now. They're going to pitch 3 minutes each, and then you will vote, and I will explain why. How you will do the voting? It's quite easy. But first, I would like to give the audience to the first of the 3 caterpillars, Gryn.
Thanks a lot. Check, check, check.
Yep. Go ahead. Good luck.
It actually works. That's great. So thanks for having me here. Pitch is starting. So when I founded Gryn, actually, I wanted to build the largest data exchange platform for logistics. Why is that? Because there's still a lot of challenges out of there. We have heard CSRD, regulations, and you don't want to hire armies of consultants or experts in your company. So big enterprises, they don't have often the power to, set up dedicated departments. Lack of data, we are having a lot of big enterprise customers, and you cannot imagine, they have multiple ERP systems, no TMS systems. So pulling data is almost impossible for them. And at the end, even if they get fragments of data, they don't really have insights, and they really need to roll up the sleeves and put the data together, clean it for weeks, months, and hours, and this is definitely not productive work. So we as Gryn are data exchange platform, and we are basically collecting data with AI and validating it, enriching it, standardizing the data sets, no matter what sources, and bring the data into structure for regulatory reporting for the CSRD, ISO 14083. And you can also use the data for other use cases, for instance, like green procurement processes, analytics in your company, and this will be all done automatically. You will get your data powered by AI into the system, and you can save all the manual work and get great insights to decarbonize your supply chain and to make the world a bit greener. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. So thank you, Gryn, the first caterpillar. The next one is Lagrange.ai.
All right. So, moment of honesty. Whenever I have this kind of handy mic, I feel more in the Eurovision or talking or speaking rather than talking,
Keep it at your mouth.
singing rather than talk. Anyway, the Gryn.
No, the big button.
All right, good. So we're a startup based in Switzerland, and then we have offices in Australia and Singapore. What are we do? Let's go before us. Let's quickly start with a fun question. What do you see in common among these items? Apart from their Dutch and Swiss cuteness. You guessed it right. They're all they are manufactured and going through a complex supply chain and leave carbon footprint to reach in our hand. Traditionally, for any analytics, we use Excel. Fantastic, easy to use. Many of us still we use. But it's difficult. It's not easy to scale and speed. Then other piecemeal solution, fantastic, they came up. They solved the problem, but just very narrow. And they lack overlap and integration. And that's the problem. So if you see, for example, for network optimization or carbon footprint or anything, any kind of analytics, if you want to use to go from data to insight, 70 to 80% of our time is just taken by data collection, data integration, quality assurance of the data, to reach to some level that we can run the analytics for a problem that belongs to yesterday and tomorrow has a different perspective. So that is the problem, and that's where we come in. Some companies are lucky having AI expert in-house doing integrated and circular solution, but majority, they lack AI experts. We provided this solution, which is integrated, easy to use, and circular, end-to-end solution. You can talk with the model, we can talk with the data model as well to get what you want to do and what you want to run. So that sounds too good to be true for many of you. Let me just show you one client success story. Sika is a Swiss multinational and chemical company. In Japan, they acquired 2 companies. And they asked us for their net zero journey to help them for the post-merger. We got in, helped them to reduce the number of delivery per day and the transportation that they had in the market, specifically for warehousing and distribution case here, to help them to be more optimized and use AI in a daily, let's say, activity and business. And that's the business and social impact. Basically, we help them to reduce cost, reduce time, and reduce their carbon footprint. So we do believe, the same as many of you, we share this value that the carbon is the new calorie, and everybody deserves to know what they're consuming, and they have the visibility on that. So on that note, thank you for your time.
So thank you. And last but not least, Quantics.
Hi and welcome to the pitch of Quantics. How well you can predict which products will be sold when and where has a huge impact on your bottom line, but also on the economic footprint of your organization. However, still many manufacturing companies struggle. They struggle to improve forecast accuracy, especially in dynamic markets that change, but also on disaggregate forecast levels like planned, customer sold to, customer shipped to, product variants. And although in a B2B context, sales representatives could add value to the demand forecasting, many manufacturers have really a hard time to integrate them best possibly into their demand forecasting exercise. As a consequence, they lose out on millions in annual EBT improvement potentials and on a great opportunity to act more sustainably. Our goal at Quantics is to empower manufacturers, to enable them to achieve demand forecasting and planning excellence. Our solution is uniquely tailored to the data patterns, challenges, and processes of manufacturing companies. Our best-of-breed and AI-driven demand forecasting engine did not just only outcompete leading vendors on the market or self-developed and tailored tools, but also it adapts to the changes in your supply chain and adapts to those changes. And finally, our collaborative planning function is designed for businesses with B2B clients. It's meant to integrate better your sales representatives, and it allows you to create the basis for continuous improvement. To give you some examples, for example, we have not been able to achieve customer targets in the POC, how much to improve forecast accuracy, but outperform it by 240%. Or for a manufacturing company based in the UK that tried the leading solutions on the market, that then have a company develop a solution for them specifically, only within the first couple of months of using after that to Quantics, they were able to in addition bring down inventory costs by 10%, saving them multiple millions in annual inventory expenses. Quantics was founded back in 2020 in Vienna, Austria, and we now support leading manufacturing companies with up to 25 billion plus in sales, and we have customer implementations here in Europe, but also North America and South America, and soon in Asia. Thank you very much for your attention, and also thank you for voting for Quantics and helping us to empower manufacturers.
So thank you. So these were three caterpillars. So now we can vote. So just take your mobile phones, do it later on. The QR code is also in the booklet. So you can do it right now, you could do it later. Maybe now you have the vibe, you have the energy, and you know which one to vote for. So please do. So that's one thing. So do vote. And next after this we have a break, a coffee break, and we can digest what we have all been heard. So I hope you are inspired. The most important thing is combine, connect, combine, create now. So we have an app, and maybe you are face-to-face, you can talk to people you have not seen for a long time, or maybe you come up and talk to someone you don't know, and maybe you get something out of that. And then you can scan the QR code on your badge, and then you have a match, you have the data to follow up tomorrow. But the most important thing is you have to connect. You have to find new people here, or people you haven't seen for a long time. You are out there in the foyer, you have all kind of booths, all kind of startups, scale-ups, in the learning area, technology area. You have all kind of new players who are already maybe butterfly, or becoming a butterfly, or maybe they become a butterfly because of they are working with you, or starting to work with you. So you can make them a butterfly. The most important thing is, you have to connect. That's why we're here. And in the booklet, there's a lot of stuff. I created also a worksheet, an innovation worksheet. So you don't need to have a McKinsey or someone else maybe later on, but there's a worksheet where you have a direction to fill out. Where am I heading? Do I know where I am heading? So there are all real thoughts and also academia behind it. For now, I would like to think, we have some coffee, and I hope you are inspired by Magnus and by the three caterpillars, and I hope we see you back in 20 minutes time, and I hope that you create and connect and mingle, and I'll see you later at 10:20. So take your time, 25 minutes to have a coffee break, and make sure you connect. Thanks for now, and see you later.